Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Why weren't you recording that?
Good day and salutations. I fucked it up. Oh, damn it.
You missed comedy gold.
Yeah, I know.
Last 5 minutes, man. 5 minutes. And these people will never know what we're talking about. And they never will.
Let's get to the intro, shall we?
Really? We should
Yeah.
get into it? Wait a minute, okay. Oh
How's
my
that?
God.
That's the stuff they're here for. That's the stuff they're here for. All the people that have left, we don't care about. All the people that are still here, congratulations, you passed the test.
That was a good one. It was a little bassy.
Oh my God.
I really should not eat cheese.
Karina's great.
Thank you, Crib, for all the stuff you've done. We might need a new character art too.
So, we are missing someone. Yep.
Drake is gone
Gone.
somewhere.
So, last time on the Silver Menagerie, there was a battle in the city of the Forge, known as Hartkurn, or Hartkurn the Nation. You're defending yourselves, trying to take a ship. The ship destroyed itself somehow. You all got separated. And in the process of reacting to what you've seen around you, moving forward as one of you charged a vessel in the sky, another intervened and protected a member of the Council of the Temper Thought, and sent a bunch of people into fiery pits of hell.
I feel like that's dramatic.
In the meantime, you were not aware that Drake was cornered, hunted, slightly violated, and taken against his will. And thus, he's in the chair of death. He also has a drink to soothe his conscience.
I'm doing great. The Barosis are treating him well, apparently. Right?
Yes. Yeah, I just imagine him for some reason.
I thought I was going to have to be quiet this entire damn time.
I just imagine Drake, you right now just going to the dungeon that is in the Men in Tights. Welcome to the dungeon. Anyway.
Watch your head. Oh, he misses every time.
We bring ourselves back. As several hours have passed by, you have regathered your group, finding out that one is missing. With many questions and how to proceed or what to do, as your group was hit yet again. Seemingly the Varosian Empire doing what they did to year to come. To take what or who they wanted. Seemingly sacrificing thousands of Varosian soldiers for their own gain. At least, that might be the story. The Hartkern's governing force, the Council of Tempered Thought. All 7 of them, now that you're back underneath the steel robes, the forever sleeping giant. That is the construct steel construct that acts as the governing building for this area. They brought you in to thank you for your services, as you became a bit of a beacon of hope, showing your exceptional skills across the battlefield of Harkern, along with fearless endeavor of protecting one of their main figures that is part of their council. Glancer, definitely speaking up and saying his gratitude towards, especially for Sparks here, seemingly having to won over his opinion that he originally said that he did not want you here. Bringing attention with this ring, finding that there is one missing of the 4 individuals, Glancer, this hunched over individual, almost like a decrepit form of a forge. One of the eyes cracked, jaw slightly unhinged, always walk with a heavy limp using his long, overly worked rifle that has been fired multiple times and is slightly still smoking at the top. I thank you for your service, and as again, right by the front line, you led the charge against the skyship, and you successfully gained it yourself, with some minor support with the other forge. The ship is yours to deal with, though it is. We respectfully we swap it out with the arcane cannons that it has on the vessel. Place it to the one that you brought down, because apparently those are higher quality. Apparently the one you brought down was the leading vessel.
Really?
Had more guns, more specialized equipment.
I find it interesting how it was actually easier to take down than yours.
Well, when you put arcane cannons and put them into overload, very smart to do, by the way, and have it blow off the front of the ship.
Overload?
That's what you did with the arcane cannons, right?
Is that why they exploded?
Yes.
That's why they exploded, yes.
Okay.
I am worried now. Anyway, we are currently taking the ship that you have commandeered, restocking it, and finding a crew that will be able to fly a skyship of Russian make. Though, we do have connections of a group of dwarves that happen to know how to fly a skyship.
Would those happen to be the dwarves that we came with?
Correct.
Awesome.
They are asking to be recruited.
Absolutely.
So we have gained a ship, we have gained a crew,
Same crew.
but we still lost a man.
What is your opinion on Drake?
It's a very mixed opinion, honestly. He was
Is he a
always
lost cause, or?
He was always kept to himself, but he always did right.
What do you mean by lost cause? Do you mean morally or in terms of rescue?
In terms of, was he working for the enemy?
No.
Define enemy.
Russian.
No.
He was actively trying to keep something from them.
Was.
I believe that book had something to do with it.
Do you have the book?
No.
So they have the book.
I do now.
And undoubtedly, they're probably going to paint us as the enemy for stealing that book.
Well, they already have. They sent an entire force here, and we have basically stopped every trace coming back. So, for all I know, they got what they wanted, and every single thing that they sent here is gone. Which means the next force that will come will be significantly larger.
Yes. But now we have a bunch of arcane cannons and a couple of skyships.
And hopefully, within time, and the ability to build Titans.
He kind of looks over to Query. Seemingly kind of something going on in the background, seemingly as they seem to look at each other. Glances, specifically looking at Query. Right. Point is, we got a lot of what we needed. The Forge Nation will be able to defend themselves more from this onslaught of a force that is supposedly going to come. Which it will. We know specific key defendable positions that we will now uphold and no longer hide from it, so they'll no longer be able to hit our city center that easily. We also have chain gates that are going to be placed up on the river that was in construction, still is, but we shall be erecting them to make sure that we regulate who enters and leaves at all times. We shall also renew contacts with the Codell dynasty, see what kind of resources they can bring on to us for various resources that we provide. Please understand that
Can you wait 1 second?
Oh. Pause.
I have a
would you
lot
do?
of notes from a disease laboratory, and I need to double check something.
Okay.
We have positive, neutral, and negative.
Do you want me to continue or do you want me to stop?
That's a different day's notes. Sorry, you gave me a lot of notes for this.
Yes, I write a lot. And you kind of enjoy that.
I can't help but wonder if there's some way that we could trace how or where he was sent.
It's not a self-protection
Okay.
circle. I don't think it's that easy.
Do you need assistance in finding Greg? And do you want to find him? To call him a gray loyalist would be an understatement.
Can you define that term?
Yes, please define that.
Gray morality.
Was he an enemy? No.
He was evil, though it never came out.
Sorry, there's dust on the wind and it's
Yes.
making a weird rattling
I'm
sound.
about to sneeze violently.
The guards in the rafters are having a little bit of chit chat. Shut up!
I was just getting to like him. I think it's not just one like him. I think he was trying to protect the rest of this continent from the evil forces of the Verosian Empire, and we know the Verosian Empire is corrupt.
He just looks over to Query, and Query actually steps forward. Yes, I do believe you are correct. He would not, in the right mind, give us this massive gift, as he places the massive clockwork tome that will unlock the key to Titans once again for their nation. No turncoat will allow this artifact to be placed in our hands. Willingly, at least.
He was trying to save possibly the realm from the Codell dynasty, or not the Codell dynasty, the Verosian Empire, which we have seen are willing to throw away this massive force they already sent our way in an effort to capture one person.
I feel like there's a lot of overstatement of intent
Correct.
here.
As Query, this barrel-chested, tall, slender individual with lower parts almost like a robe with moss and plants growing over him. I apologize, but to whittle it down to something as simple as that would be a great oversight.
Drake wasn't trying to save anyone except himself. He was trying to destroy those who had hurt him, which is itself a noble endeavor, in my opinion, because the onslaught that they would rake against his mind to cause the kind of protection that he put on himself is likely something you can't fathom. I think he's worth rescuing, if only for the knowledge he carries, let alone for the damage that it would do to the cause of these people that you claim to be a great evil.
Well, persuasion check.
That's very true. And they built us as slaves.
Technically lying. Can I roll deception?
Sure.
Okay.
Doesn't matter for you because it's the same, because you have the same number for each one.
That's not accurate.
Oh.
Deception is much higher.
Oh, okay.
Knowing her, she doesn't care about Drake at all.
That may be a solid point, but also,
I'm not saying anything out of her.
Depends. Anyway.
there are a lot of things she's saying that are very adjacent to the truth.
So if you want
Yeah,
it to be persuasion, it can
I'll
be.
allow you to decide on that because I know. Anyway,
Yeah.
it can be either or, but I said persuasion because at the end it was more persuasion than deception.
It's honestly, she's trying to mimic the moral scheme of this realm.
Then make a deception check.
Yeah. Gonna re-roll that.
Because you got bullshit.
More life points.
You gave me bullshit. You can't be mad. 25.
Wizard of the Coast did.
25.
25.
25?
25.
25. Only now you begin to realize that the Council of Temperate Thought, of the 7 members they have, most of them sitting down as they have various different parts of the body that are crippled. But all of them now listening truly to your opinion. Noticing that the favoritism scale has shifted to those that were just viewed to outsiders and those that were going to bring a lot of trouble to them, to now to partners, if you would say that.
Brothers in arms.
It was like 5-4 last time. What is it now?
It was
5-6-1.
it was 3 against 4,
Okay.
and based off of the conversation, is probably 5-2.
Okay.
It's not like they're raising their hand like I want
Right,
the same
right.
kind of
But just
I definitely want
But one of the people that said that no is now indebted to one of your members. So.
right.
I definitely want to try and save him. He's done nothing but help, even though he is an asshole.
And he's just looking out for his own skin.
No, he's looking out for something bigger than himself. I think it started that way. I think it started with
That's
him.
fair.
And I only can see myself in him in that he and I are a lot alike. Think about it. I have been oppressed, if you will, by those around me when I was trapped and I escaped, and he has done the same. And now that he has escaped, he's attempting to undo the things that kept him trapped, just as I am attempting to do. I want to ensure that they can't do the same thing to others. This is why I want the Marrakech to be taken down, even though they're not the ones who control the master strings, apparently. But I'm still working to find that out. That's why I sought out the dragon. That's why I wanted to hear that advice, because I think that there is an opportunity there for us to help the world and keep others from having to do what we've done. And here's Drake, the same thing. Now, unfortunately, he's been captured again into the very same trap that he had escaped. And I want to try and save him from that.
Master speaks up again. And do we have any leads of where he may have been taken, apart from the Russian Empire? They have a lot of land.
He mentioned something about his mother.
Which I'm assuming is probably the capital.
This mother probably runs the Exalted Claw, this organization that not much is known about, apart from very unsettling things.
Like?
You notice there's a couple of, hushed talking from the other members. There's a pause, and this partially arm that has been placed with a prosthetic, and other arm completely gone. This slender figure, tall and very thin-like, with a porcelain mask like a doll wearing it, that has a slight dagger tip out of it on its prosthetic hand that has the 2 points that can clamp together. I have a proposal. I do not agree with the council's actions on this matter. Looking at the rest of the council members. But I shall also throw my glove in. Metaphorically. If you, at least one of you, wishes for information, and others to have Drake back by their side, I have a lead. Well, I have methods to elite. As she kind of gestures towards the door as the door opens up, and a average male human, tan skin, wearing what looks to be very Rhodosian clothing, more of a worker dog individual, walks in. Tan skin, short cut hair, couple scars on his open sleeves. But you must vow to never speak of this outside of these halls. You're about to witness a secret that has not even left the Council of Ethesian's chambers.
Really?
What happens if we are compelled to speak of it? Does that count as a betrayal of this word?
It is against your own will, no.
So it's a voluntary divulsion.
Correct. Until it is public knowledge. But I guarantee you, it'll make us more monstrous than ever.
I can agree to these terms.
What do you mean monstrous?
You will not know unless you vow.
Is this a bad monstrous?
Uphold of secrecy, and it can be considered monstrous.
Monstrous as in unethical.
Compared to some of the things they've done, it can't be that bad.
Unfortunately.
That's a fair point. Very well. I will swear it.
I have no problem with this. I swear it.
Not that your word is worth
She
much.
takes a few steps back and marches towards this
I am grown to offend with that.
5'11" individual, and her prosthetic with a slight twitch to her other side of the shoulder, causing the whole thing to slump down. Shows a elbow missing arm, or elbow down missing arm, that has been replaced by a long, slightly curved blade. Almost like a short sword, but has been attached to her arm. Walks up to the man. The man just smiles, takes the blade, and cuts around the face, under the chin, and all the way up. And the gentleman pulls it down.
The fucking Terminator.
Very much like wearing a flesh skin, as you see a forged face underneath it. We have several of these agents placed in the Verosian's districts.
Oh.
We will send word that Drake must be found and find a way to bring him back alive. This information will be costly, but it will be done. You may leave. Looking at the forged individual, he turns around, putting on what looks to be a small hat that has a shader that goes in front of it, and there's a slight image change in the damage that was just done. Illusionary disappears, and he walks away. Verosian might have sleeper agents. We have our own separate unit.
Every nation has its own intelligence gathering.
True.
We will give you word when we have a prime opportunity to bring Drake back. At that time, most likely your specific expertise, specifically looking at you two, to knock down the door. Allow us, or at least trust us, as you trust in us, the ability to find where Drake is. I will need the ring.
Ring?
The ring that...
What
you-
ring?
What ring?
So
Did you
She
not
hasn't
tell her?
told- she-
Did
she
you
hasn't-
not tell them about the ring?
I did not, and also
never
one of
mind.
the things I was going to state was the action that I can use to make it invisible while wearing it. Yep,
Got
that's
it.
all happened.
So never mind. Who made that sound? That wasn't me.
Right. And we
No
even
one
though
knows
as,
about
as
that.
players we knew about the ring, we didn't know about the ring as
I
characters.
misjudged. My
So
apologies.
that's why we answered the way we did.
Oh, we're on that note actually. You have ways to just find about him, because I don't think they're going to be talking about him on the street.
Based on certain actions of the Roshan and how they acted in historic events, especially since I was
I have an idea.
trained in these arts. Allow me to finish. Roshan likes to set examples.
Oh.
If they sent an item to start a war into another person's territory, as historically they have done before, they are most likely going to send an example of him. And if they do, the security shall drop a tiny bit on his day of execution. If he actually gets executed depends on the background. In reality, in all terms, on paper, he will be executed. But if he's still alive in the background, if he makes certain agreements, will be up to him. Or if it's even allowed, depending on the person.
This is something we can't let happen.
No.
Do you agree with that, Nicholas? We can't let him get executed.
That may not be their intent.
No, I know. Well, I don't know, but that's not what I asked. I didn't ask what their intent was. Do you agree that we should let them? You said that we should help him, try to get him back.
I said he should not be allowed to die.
Did you? I was about to call him a friend. Anyone else can call him a friend?
I see no friends here.
I do. I see more than that. One thing that happens with, we sometimes we get along, and other times we don't. That's what family does. They don't.
Side conversation aside, how will we receive word?
The slender individual that was known as Morg.
What?
Apt.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that name, but continue.
No, whatever. She just looks over towards this time Query once again, and Query says, "What I would cast sending."
Oh,
Uh,
fair.
I'm not.
Perhaps someone who is going to be able to accept sending?
I
Or
am not familiar with that or the limitations of range.
I think it's the same plane, isn't it?
Usually, if you're not protected mentally, there are certain magics that would protect you such a thing. Some would allow them to enter if they know the person, but it will reach you on the same plane of existence. If you're on a different plane of existence, there's a slight, very slight chance that it might not.
Oh, it's like the stones. All right. That should be fine. We're not leaving this plane, right?
no,
Hope not.
no, we're not.
Okay.
I need to go find the warden eventually. So depending on when we find things, we might be find ourselves on a different plane.
Maybe that's a wait until we get the call thing then.
We don't ever get the call. We may never get the call.
Okay, so 2 months and then we assume we're never getting the call.
We should also have your agents be aware to look out for his companion. You
We're
might
familiar of
Drake. Yeah, Drake's familiar that Hemingway. he could be running around. I don't know
Oh,
how far he can
Hemingway.
run away from him. Maybe Hemingway even be traveled to here? I don't know. But if he can be in the area, perhaps Hemingway would be near wherever Drake is.
I know he can. Hemingway can only.
We will allow the information of Mr. Hemingway the octopus, this familiar of Drake, if seen, will most likely indicate Drake nearby. But a familiar usually acts only under the will of the caster.
Hemingway's a very independent soul.
Yes.
He's a great familiar.
It's a little unsure whether or
No,
not, yes, how much Drake and he. I would call them more companions than I would.
On the final topic, before you decide where to go, as your ship is being retrofitted, repaired, and so on, we still wish to show the people their heroes. The party preparations shall be completed by tomorrow. Later today, looking slightly at the window as there's a little bit of light now coming over as the full night has completed and the morning is just starting to come over.
I would like. May I get some more of that iron will or steel will before I go as well?
You do realize it's addictive, yes?
I think that's what he's demonstrating.
Just need one for emergencies.
Make a persuasion check.
What's that, a -3 for you?
Persuasion?
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's rhythm base. It's +1, but
Okay.
that's a 4.
There's a long pause. And
I
then
just need one for
Just one for
emergency.
emergencies.
you don't realize this, but you're like, oh, when your lights kind of,
Just need one for
Yeah.
emergencies.
and we'll see what we can do. It is wartime, as after all, resources are thin.
Fair.
We wish to present you when the party seems to enter its peak. Till then, enjoy the festivities. And
I don't know how much.
We have approximately 8 hours to spend at our house without dealing with anyone.
the preparation shall be getting started, and along with restorations and all that. The party's not going to start until good afternoon. We'll give a proper speech in the midst of that, when the party seems to be ready, as people seem to be mourning right now. Allow it to get to a climax about halfway through, and then we shall give a speech review and present the statue in your honor.
Oh, statue. There you go.
Well, all right.
I'm going to go assist with rebuilding and assisting with anyone who needs help.
I head to the mansion.
you meet, like, as soon as you leave the council chambers, you meet him. Whoop.
Yep.
Nicholas,
I stop but don't turn.
Jump again.
pardon. I'm also
Yahoo!
going to come to the mansion as well.
Very well, and I walk ahead of you. Is that so you remind yourself not to talk?
So
Walking through the city, seeing the various bits of damage that has been contained relatively well. There are still bodies being picked up, disposed of, people being transferred, support to those that have lost, both forged and organics alike.
Pushing to stay about 10 feet ahead.
You're about to talk and you notice a Titan that you have to kind of get out of the way with. With his hand out, pinching at the back of the collar, a familiar trigger-happy, pale human with glasses, just arms crossed and dangling like a pouty child. As you see,
Is this the shopkeeper?
yes, it was,
Okay.
the shopkeeper, being escorted back towards the direction of his shop.
I'd give you a high five right now, but
He gives you the bird.
I'm pulling ahead.
Nicholas, wait, Nicholas.
I stop. I don't turn around.
I'd really like to know, if I've offended you in some way. I'm not.
Not sure how you believe it's an if. You broke your word. You bullied me into a contract. And then you broke your word.
Contract.
You demanded that I go as a representative on your behalf to speak with the dragon. I agreed. That's a contract. You gave your word, and then you threw a fit, accused me of undermining you. In front of a large entity capable of extinguishing all of us.
There's someone in the background currently opening like some sort of bag. Sorry. Kind of walks off.
Brilliant timing. Well done. Comedic gold. We are not family. You have no understanding of me. You have no respect for my morals. You have no respect for the things that I hold value to, and you've never asked. Therefore, we shall be companions, and you can work to reestablish this trust. Or we cannot be companions, and we can work towards individual goals. Those are your choices.
I was attempting here to talk to you so I could understand. Forgive my ignorance. It's not that I wish to offend purposely. I actually...
At every
don't know
point,
you, and
when I come to speak of the law and the way in which things work, the way in which one deals with people of law, such as the devils, the people who make sense because they operate on principles of agreement, I am met with horror. I am met with shame. And I accept that because you are immortal. He is immortal, gesturing vaguely at Sparks. And you don't understand. But you make no attempt to understand in my direction. It is always, how dare you? It is always, that is unsafe. It is always, they are evil, you are misbehaving, and it is not something I will stand anymore. This is where we are, mortal. We are companions and nothing more. And should you do this again, that title shall be removed from you as well. And she strides off.
Seems I've got a big bridge to cross. Bigger than I thought.
Shut the fuck up, Sparks.
As you digest that,
She's stressed. She's really upset about drink.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I can't do that! I almost kicked him across the table! Oh, that burned up my nose!
oh, I love that. We're good? Transition.
Of course, you didn't hear that because that was like.
Of course not. She's already gone. You crossed it. You acted.
That's what you call good hacking.
Sparks, you help with the recreations, which that's not much actually. For all said and done, the damage and also death on the Forge Nation side has been minimized thanks to your contribution.
I think I killed, 40 people?
Probably more because of the ship and all that.
Well, I wasn't counting the ship. It still only counts as one.
Yeah, there you go. But the point is, you told them that with your group, you told them that they were coming. So they prepared. They were always preparing for war because it was inevitable in their minds. But they were never going to attack. But you told them that within a few days to a week that they were going to be here. So they prepare. You gave them a power source, an additional power source. Gave them a big overpowered please nerf OP cannon.
I think that's what they channeled all that power into.
Yes, that single power source powered the cannon. And then you gave them a book that would be able to build Titans once again, allowing the Titans to not be reserved anymore and to do what they do.
Bang, destroy.
Even though there's been battle here, yes, you hear wails of people that are mourning the loss. You hear sobbing, you hear attempts to laugh as they guzzle down a needless amount of liquids to help them cope. But the individual Forged, or the whole of Forged people, seem to be marching a little faster, a little bit more purpose, a little bit more brightly. And this is without the information of what truly happened. They defended a force that, to their eyes, would crush them like an ant.
What was the intended purpose?
You see a fire building inside of them that you did not see originally when you came in. And then the festivities start to go up. Ribbons of colorful cloths start to dot from one rooftop to another.
What of the prisoners that captured,
Yes?
specifically where the captured were?
There is a camp that they have that is a little bit outside of the city. There is no border for this camp. There is only one wall, and then the rest of it is jungle. And they basically explain, you can leave if you desire, but do not expect to live long in this very hostile wildland. If you stay, we will defend you. Which is a very different approach.
It's the approach I would take. I'm going to go take a visit.
Okay. Of the, 9 vessels that all about have
300 each.
300, 250 each.
250 each.
250 each. So
3,000 soldiers plus
roughly, and of the surviving ones, there's roughly about 1,000 left.
2,000 soldiers.
At most 1,000 left. It was a slaughter on their part. Actually, less than that. It probably about maybe 200-300.
About half of them jumped off the ship.
And then
And
the
about
ones in the
a couple of ships
river,
were
the
gone.
lake, that waterlogged, because you have Forge that would just grab someone and sink.
Yeah.
They use their terrain to their full effectiveness.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
War forests are forged, and they are creations of war. They
Yes.
are deadly.
And
I
you
just
also
want to point out, I don't see the difference between them using their terrain to great effect and me manipulating their brains to make them murder
it's a
themselves.
different
It's the
psychological
same
sort of
fucking thing.
And
That's
there
your
is-
terrain, this is my terrain.
Exactly.
There's a couple of
Mind
Etrosian
state.
soldiers that are clear PTSD. They are shaking. They are muttering to themselves. A couple of them are staying stern. You see a couple of brown pants, yellow pants.
They watched buildings jump out of the water and stand on it and
The equivalent
drop apart
of a
ships.
submarine breaching kind of deal. Yeah, it was not kind to them, and every tactic that they have, more or less, most of the tactics were unfortunately countered pretty quick because of your guys' intervention. Not to mention that. What was I going to say? There's another tactic that you found out during the time. A lot of the Forged do not feel pain. So a lot of times when someone goes for like the legs, goes for the arms, or goes for the gut shot to take them out and have them bleed out, does not work for the Forged. And worse, they play dead. So that when they
good smack.
so that now there's 3 lines in, they start getting back up.
Oh, that's deadly.
Yeah,
That's really
it's
good.
also psychologically terrible.
I killed you. Dead.
Correct. So these young-faced individuals, as you look over them, it's clear that they've never faced Forged individuals before. How would you like to proceed?
Let me pull my helmet off. And I'll take a walk through the camp.
there's a clear, like, they do not engage. As the 7-foot-tall forge, almost leader-bound, seems to be walking through the camp. All of them disarmed. Armor, for the most of them, still on them. You notice a couple of water-borne individuals have ditched their armor so they could swim. But most of the swimmers are not here.
I'm gonna stand in like the middle of the camp where most of them are. Take a look around. Who will step forward and tell me why you came here?
Roll a persuasion or intimidation.
I'm making a detour on the way to the manor house, looking for a local bookstore.
All right.
I can do intimidation.
Make a investigation check to see which one you get.
24.
Which one?
Intimidation.
Intimidation. All right. It takes a solid few seconds as most of them turn their backs to you. And surprisingly, only one stands up. Not happy. Older, but still young. Compared to the young 20-year-olds here that are definitely way too young. This one maybe 25, 27. Stands up, tanner skin, piercing blue eyes, and jet black hair. What used to be a ponytail, but has been cut for probably some sort of emergency. Has a clear gash across his chest that has been bandaged up.
I'm assuming I don't see anyone actively dying.
No, they've been bandaged and stuff like that. They've been taken care of. And most of them are currently eating slowly. He stands up, not making direct eye contact, mostly eyes closed. Aye. What do you want?
What is your rank?
Grunt.
And yet you have more balls than anyone else here.
He kind of just...
So you're the only one to stand up. Can you tell me why you came here?
to defend our home.
Explain.
I'm a grunt. I'm not supposed to know anything.
What do you know?
We were still not making much eye contact.
I'm standing completely stone still.
Yeah, which is not making it easier for him. The word was that that your people were taking our children at night, bringing them here, making them work forcefully. So we're here to bring them back. We failed them, though.
During your raid, did any of you see any children of the code of the... What's it again?
Not the Codel Armada.
Hi, boss!
Did any of you see children
The Codan. The
of the
Codan.
Barosian Empire?
The Codan Armada. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Anyone?
Not unless you're the last.
Any marking? Any inkling that they were even remotely from your home?
Not a word. You're not gonna change their mind.
No,
I'm not gonna lie. The order was to bring them back, but our golems attacked anything on sight. I didn't agree to that. But most of these people, their family's still home. They're not going to choose your side. Don't expect anything from us. or might as well be dead. It's better that way anyway. We failed our mission.
Well, I don't expect much more from a grunt, and I was a grunt once myself. So I understand that.
I prefer it that way.
It's easier when you don't have to think. You just follow orders.
It is. Less blood on your hands.
Yeah, you will always be the one to do the killing. The blood is yours.
Unless you let yourself be killed.
Whether you like it or not, you were lied to by your own country.
And you weren't?
I come from a time where I was used as a tool of war. I was like many of us here. At least we can show some sort of decency. You may have been fighting, but you were simply following your orders. Albeit, your orders were those of those who lied to you. Blatantly. Knowing full well you were coming here to do something that would most likely end in all of you dying. And I'm certain they don't even care that you're here still, and probably don't intend to send anyone to pick you up. No one will be rescued.
You hear into this, you're wrong! And then you hear, shh! Shut up.
Do I know who it was?
Make a perception check.
Nat 20. I just... You!
Immediately, inhuman seed. Immediately make eye
They
contact.
just hit.
And immediately the group just, and a couple of them immediately and run.
Except for the one who actually said it.
The one that actually said it looks to be one of the younger ones, maybe teens to 20s. Hard to tell with age because you're hard to see that. Small, like little pinch of a hair right here, like he's trying to make something, but it's like patchy. So it's like, that's it. And short hair.
Young soldier, step forward.
He stands up after taking a breath. Standing there, just eyes closed. Make it fast.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Sure you're not.
Come forward and speak your turn.
Why are you even doing this? Just make you feel something?
I feel just about as much as any man.
Yeah, sure.
I know we may not look it, but we are not just machine. Would a machine show you compassion, feed you, bandage your wounds?
He kind of just sits there, hesitant to say anything.
I'm gonna take a knee. Come,
You come out head high to him.
speak your turn. You think they will come for you?
Make a persuasion check.
It's gonna be a 10.
10. You come to your knee and you get close. And you can see the confliction on his face starting to turn red. Helmet still protecting, seemingly keeping his eyes low and having whatever it can just keep his eyes away from yours. And as soon as you come within striking distance, he full-blown strikes you in the face with his punch. And you hear a clack as his knuckles break against your armor. Yeah. And he just shakes his hand. That's what I say to you people.
Why?
Because you're fucking monsters. As he holds up his gnarled, cracked hand. You say you want to feel. You never feel.
I
You
felt
didn't
that.
react to that.
Well, that hurt. That was a good one.
He pulls his finger.
Medic!
I don't need your fucking medic. He takes a few steps back. Meanwhile, the other gentleman that was standing still right next to you. That's you're not going to get anything.
I'm fairly certain all the officers killed.
All the officers perform their duty upon being captured. Like a good Russian soldier should.
That's unfortunate.
That's why I'm a grunt. Too much.
And what of you? Do you think they will come for you?
Hell no. A failed soldier is no better than a traitor. But, yeah, what's this for? We're not gonna give you any information. Nothing that you don't know already. What's the purpose of this visit?
Basic human decency. Call yourself a prisoner of war.
I am.
It's the least we can do. We may not be human, but we are not inhuman. I stand up and take a look around. One more time. See if there's anyone in this.
You are the center of attention right now. Though most of them do not make eye contact. You can try further, but most of them have violent reactions to you, refuse to talk to you.
And what of this? What do you know of the Forged? You will tell me what you know or what you have heard of the Forged. That we are monsters. That we are abominations. Creations for war and destruction. In the War of the Burning Lands, you would be correct. You would be right. We were abominations and created for nothing but war and killing. We were very efficient at it, as I'm sure you were witness to. Product of our own design. Not our choice. Simply like you, I am certain that it was not your choice to come here. It is not our choice to have been made to begin with. Yet here we are. We only have one life. I mine and yours your own. You were not given this choice, but now you have a choice. What will you do? Now that you are no longer part of your home, and can never go back. Accept that fact. Think on it. What will you do? Now knowing that everything you've ever been taught is either wrong, unlawful, or just downright cruel. Me, my people, we built a nation. We said no to the war and the constant bloodshed all those years ago. We hid in an attempt to build what you see before you. To be a people. To make our own fate. And hide. Because no one else would let us be who we are. And as you see, as a plain example, the world outside is not ready for us to be out. A great many of you still believe that we are nothing but war, that we are nothing but abominations. And I say this again. Would abominations show you compassion, feed you and bandage your wounds, or they just kill you outright? The choice is yours. Think on it.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
It's going to be a modified 20. 19.
19? Okay. Well, in that case, they kill you on the spot.
think they could try. That wouldn't last long.
Punching, not gonna happen.
Punching full plate.
Yeah, oof.
Not a good look.
No.
That
But
doesn't work.
you don't expect anything to happen. As humans, or like people in general, once they're set in their ways, it's hard to change them.
I don't intend.
But it's hard to say, but you feel like you've taken off one brick of a brick wall. And perhaps that will
Brick
begin.
at a time, baby.
And start walking. You may stay here as long as you like, and you'll be fed and kept. You are prisoners of war until further notice.
There's nothing but murmurs and hushed discussion as you leave. Couple of nods from the forged or other guards
And we're back on.
nearby.
And back to assisting.
Okay. You get a full night's rest.
Cool.
And you'll need 4 hours of meditation.
Spend the rest of it training the dog.
Do you go and... Oh, sorry, you wanted to do something.
Yeah, I just wanted
I apologize.
to on the way back to the mansion to find a bookstore that might
Okay.
whether they're open or not is hard to say since the war is just finished. Although they're getting ready for some
A
celebrations.
battle just finished, and
But they're
yeah,
getting ready for celebrations too, so
Yeah.
maybe there's something open. Or not officially open, maybe they're just making sure their shop's together, but whatever. I'm seeing if I can find something. I rolled a 15.
at 15? Okay. Yeah, I'll give you this one. It takes you a little bit as you're going by, and there's a couple of stalls that are opening up drawing and artistry stuff where you see various, okay art stuff like that are declared that the Forge do not have a very deep understanding of artistic expression, but they attempt to, And it shows that they're trying to go outside their normal grounds, outside of their comfort zone. You see various different booths that are where you have Dragonborn serving what they say is their traditional meals, which is very spicy. You have other humans that are bringing out the fish foods and stews and are bringing out the booze, telling the several forge and having arguments with a couple of the brewmasters that have all these hands and various things. They're like, no, your brewery shit. This is how you do it. And they're definitely getting into it and stuff like that. A couple of drinks have already been spilled, and you stumble upon a small little nook corner. That is a minor book shop that has a familiar individual on the inside sitting at the window. A small, forged, feminine-looking individual that has a robe that goes over her head and that's written in primordial.
I recognize this person?
You recognize this person as Quill,
It is Quill. I thought it might be Quill.
currently going through several books. Sorry,
I hope you recognize
currently
her.
sitting still at the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, let me rephrase this. Currently sitting still at the table as there's an auto page turner in front of her. And you recognize this as a stationary rest.
Excellent. Well, the food has inspired me as well. I have something about that, but I don't intend to spend much time here other than so Quill, it's good that I found you. I'm curious. I'm trying to learn a little bit more about other cultures and places. And do you have any knowledge or any books on Fey law?
There's a couple of seconds as her eyes come flickering back to eyes. Hi.
Let me say it again. Sorry, I didn't realize you weren't here with me.
Oh, I was, well, yes and no, I heard you.
It's just, I'm not, you can say I'm a man of the world, literally. The problem is that I'm not a man of culture. And I just want to learn a little more culture. Perhaps if there's something that I could read that is not too complicated, but has something that shares about what the laws of other realms are, like maybe even the Fey law.
If you're asking about Fey law and not to be complicated, she kind of tips her back. I'll write something out.
write something up. Very good. All right.
Well, everything else would be a little bit more extensive too,
Okay.
because, well,
Definition
I'll
of
try my
law
best.
is
And then the next thing is,
Official law is
over the last
class
month or
Cs.
two, I imagine that I have seen what, and I recall on the ship, what Nicholas was wanting to eat. She doesn't eat much, but
Well, that's also depending on complicated. Well, based off notes I've been taking, watching her, and seeing what kind of foods to stock the house with, as per those notes, she likes crunchy bacon,
and bugs that crack and snap.
bugs that
Oh,
crack
yes,
and
that's
snap, a lot of badgers for the plant, and something of a spider leg.
So, I'm not sure I'm going to find much of that here in the food shop.
Actually, the
Badger,
giant
badger,
spiders,
psychic
we can actually get
plants.
that pretty regularly.
You can get some spider stuff? Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Literally excellent.
milking this too much.
Can I want to have some stuff delivered.
Of
Food,
course.
if I can. I'm surprised I'm ordering this from you, but
Well, I am kind of your butler, I guess.
Buttress?
all right. Fair enough.
It's
Not a buttress. That is not the conversion.
It's not a buttress. Very different. Very different. So that
Random civilian passing by.
Quill,
That's not the words.
thank you very much. If you could arrange to have this delivered to the room or rooms that Nicholas
Would you
is-
like it still alive?
Oh, yes. Not like Scary Alive where it can eat, but...
It would be in a cage.
Oh, and something for her dog, too.
Oh, Faye.
And can you write a little note?
Unfortunately, crimson weasels are not indigenous here. That will be, unfortunately, outside my expertise.
That was her blink dog.
Yes, blink dogs are Faye.
Oh, all right. That's true. I didn't know. I never called them crimson weasels before, so...
Well, okay.
Okay.
I will do my best.
Professional monologue. Butler?
I didn't do that. You did. All right, good. Thank you. I just... wow.
Tell me about your death.
A little and a note that just says, I'll write it myself.
Okay. If you want it transferred to Sylvan, I can assist with that.
That would be very nice.
It will take some time.
Oh, because it's complicated.
Well, I don't actually know the language myself, but I have a translation matrix.
Very good. All right. All right. I wish Sylvan and Aquan were closer to the side.
Well, they are not
I know.
close.
No, there's lots more gurgles in
Then
Sylvan.
high pronunciations and whistles, and
Mm-hmm.
well, not even that.
Very good. Well, I'm a little beat up from the fight here. I'm
I
gonna
can
go
see
rest.
you still
Right.
have an arrow.
If I can have that. Oh, fuck. No wonder I can't turn left. Oh, that's better. Oh, there we go.
Turn around. You hear it. Thunk. Is it stuck in your shell?
Right.
Very impressive.
Anyway, I think it might be good that she might need some sustenance to help her rest.
Yeah, she's been writing in the book, her tome, this entire time, and closes it. May I join on the vessel?
Oh, when we depart wherever we depart to, we haven't decided that yet, but
As long as it's outside. I want to see the outside again.
Sure.
But I'm not exactly...
it could be dangerous. We never...
Well,
But...
I lived in Harkern. It's going to be dangerous regardless.
All right.
I'm not exactly a fighter, so. But I can directly communicate to here whenever.
Well, if you're
needed.
doing this for me, I can do that for you, sir.
Thank you. She hugs you. Well, half hug. Because she can't get all the way around your circumference.
I feel conflicted.
Hmm?
Whether I like her or not.
Oh, you don't say that.
No, I don't say that. I'm
Yeah,
just
she
saying.
goes back
I
after
think it.
a second or
I
two.
think it. I'm like, should I hug back?
After like a second
I'm
or two.
always, should I hug
Yeah,
back?
she like also hugs a little too long
Yeah, exactly.
and then goes back.
She likes
Hey,
to be
bye! And it immediately goes out the front door with the ding, 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 ding.
She likes them big. She likes them round. She likes them chunky.
She's a forged. Anyway,
Well, she's been around chunky like me anyway. So,
okay.
she was. The
No.
description was when she was walking around.
tiny one.
No, well, she does have curves, but she's specifically designed to be more feminine.
Oh, okay.
She's a tiny thing.
All right.
Yeah, she's
So-
only about 5'4".
So simply, it says to help you rest, Ek, and that's all it is. And it's to have these food items delivered for. And if there's some beetles, that would be wonderful. Some beetles.
Oh, that's why.
Do you find it funny that you guys consider 5'4" a tiny little thing, and that's 4 inches taller than I am?
I'm 7 foot.
Well, to a forged,
No, like
to a
me.
forged individual, that is tiny.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I'm just saying I have to look up to her.
And Nicholas is what, like 5'11"?
Yeah,
She's
like with her boots, she's well over 6 feet tall.
yeah, so she's tall.
She's all kinds of like gangly and leaning.
Mm.
So there's a lot of stooping over people.
Hmm.
Except in this town.
Anyway, that's it. And I head back to go rest as well. I want to have those items delivered.
Yeah,
it's basically it's
certainly.
my form of apology. But I'm looking for some sort of book that I can read on my rest periods to try and understand.
And she
the Fey
delivers
law.
on them quite
Because
quickly, actually.
I want to
'cause-
understand what Ek did wrong. And
Yeah, and one of
so I
the-
don't want to do it again.
Yeah, and it's actually delivered quite quickly because she has it in her personal query right now. Barry, sorry. Because she started doing research on the individuals that you guys are so that she can better hopefully understand you and see what you need and yada yada yada. So she places some very complicated books in front of you right away, which she says that she'll have the write-ups later, but the complications of Fey law to mortals is still yet to be completely understand. And then you go to the Shadow Fae, which is a variation of that Fae law, which even makes it more complicated along with their hierarchy and all that. And
Tell you what, just bring stuff along on the ship.
Yes. So she's very.
Because I don't expect you to give me anything tonight. If you can just get the food things delivered, that would be wonderful. I'm going to go rest. Bye.
Okay.
So I feel a little uncomfortable whether or not I should hang around.
We'll say at the end of your long rest, maybe about 2 hours afterwards,
Okay.
as Charles, your favorite puppy,
Mm-hmm.
needs a little longer to rest.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's been a rough day.
Yeah.
Ship crashing and all that.
I eventually rest as well.
I assume I can mark my
Fine.
long rest too. Or
Yeah, I'll say you can mark a long rest.
Okay.
You start to hear partying. You start to hear music in various degrees of acceptability. Some of them good, some of them really good. Others should probably go to bongos and that's it.
Little out of tune.
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
out of tune.
Yeah.
A lot out of tune. That's on the chalkboard.
Mm-hmm. You start to hear movement of carts, smelling of spiced food, cinnamons, and other complications of food atrocities. And
word for it?
various skilled adepts of partying has entered the fray, particularly near the edge of the pier. Noticing that there's these strange, giant, almost like seesaw-looking things being set up near the water, with buckets at one end, like buckets for like They're like 10-foot round buckets.
Oh no, is it launch
And then
and
you-
launch?
and then you hear- As a 2-horse drawn carriage being brought up to your mansion, to your estate, with a covered cage.
Huh?
Along with 3 armored forged juggernauts.
Covered cage.
Many of them that look like have strange white stuff all over them.
Oh god, I didn't want one that big. Oh no.
There's a knock on the door.
Yes?
Delivery!
Yeah, I know. I can see. I looked out the fuck. Please tell me it's. I meant small, like small.
This is a small one.
Oh god. Do you have any beetles? Oh god.
We brought a spider's egg too.
Alright, that'll work. That'll work. You know, we'll start with the spider's egg. Leave this out here for now. If
It's in the cage. You're gonna have to fight it first.
At
Okay.
this point, Oak head over shoulder. What's that?
well, I was trying to get some food that you might.
What's that?
So,
He puts his hand on the curtain and undraws a steel cage with a massive giant wolf spider inside of it that is currently balled up with 8 beady eyes with massive fangs, the size, well, of a large creature.
where's this
Holy
That is
shit.
currently hovering over a webbed ball underneath it.
So you got its egg.
It was
And wolf spider.
It was supposed to be like small, and they're saying this is a small one.
Forge are very effective against creatures that use poison.
Oh yeah, resistant poison. That's right.
But
I poke at the plant. I'm like, if you eat its brain, I can eat its body.
You all hear the mental version of a. Backpack's a little heavy today.
Hmm?
Backpack's a little heavy today.
Okay.
That's growing.
Yep, that's to be expected. He's been busy.
He's been eating a lot. Hungry boy.
Eventually, I'm going to have to ask you to carry him, and you're not going to be comfortable with it.
So,
And I
if
don't
you-
know how that's gonna
Oh, no,
work.
I'm fine. I'm a companion.
Okay.
I am fine.
They take the cage, as immediately the cage is touched, it immediately like lunges.
So, actually, I think we just leave the cage open or closed. Be fine.
They pull it off the actual cart,
Oh.
and they immediately have the cart start walking away.
Mhm.
Bye.
They're a little pissed.
As one of them still trying to
Have a good
get
day.
the webbing out of their
I'll take-
joints.
all right.
Enjoy the party.
Nah.
It's a good thing we got double doors on this place, and I'll lash some rope from my kits and start dragging the whole thing in.
All right. You notice that one of them didn't leave. A strange-looking individual that is much smaller than the rest of them.
All
tall?
right, you gonna help me with that? You gonna help me with this? Or just...
Correction.
He's kind of looking at the flowers, kind of looking around. Almost looks like he doesn't even realize he's here until he looks you in the face.
How tall?
How tall?
3 foot nothing.
3 foot nothing.
So very loomable.
Yes.
Loom. Hello.
Mr. Brian, would you like to describe your character and what you look like?
Got another
As
horse
you
buddy.
just kind of wandered onto someone's estate.
Right. So the little 3 foot nothing looks up and pulls back a cowl, and what you are looking at is you are looking into a draconiid figure. Dragonite. All right, but where kobolds are usually brown or rust or red or something like that, what you are in fact looking at is a yellow, bright golden kobold. It's a gold kobold. He glitters in the light. And he looks up, big curved horns and sort of the lizard dog face, looks up and goes, "Am I late? Is it time?"
For what?
"Nope, right on time. You must be late." And continue
For
walking
what?
in.
As he starts to walk it, grab, like,
Pretty
by
long.
the cow. For
Oh,
what?
you can scruff him.
For what?
The adventure! The adventure! And he reaches up and grabs like chubby cheeks. The adventure is coming!
Oh God.
Well, we are on one of those. Drop.
You hear a voice in your head.
I know!
There's a voice in your head. Is this one a companion?
Give me 5 minutes and I'll let you know. Said out loud to the plant.
Tisk tisk.
So he pulls out this great big like
You've eaten so much. You don't
This-
get to be disappointed right now.
pipe with a long stem and start,
Not inside. And just
and he disappears. Like as soon as you reach for him, so many appears like somewhere inside in another part of the room. Like smoking
detect thoughts.
I'm standing at the door holding this cage going with this rope going, what the fuck's going on?
I was still in the doorway with the hamlet.
Also,
Okay, no,
before
he's
I came-
inside at this point. Like he's picking at grapes.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, before I came down, I did my spell swap thing. I know that that's standard, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
that's-
saying
yeah.
it. But detect thoughts.
Okay, are you protected?
no, God no.
As you look at this strange teleporting phase in and out of reality kobold, golden scaled, that has his pupils slightly clouded over, but yes, he's the siege.
Yeah. So yes, you can absolutely read his thoughts. They are going a mile a minute, and they are going in 12 different directions at once.
Surface level.
Surface. That is the surface level.
He's quite literally diving into a pool of like.
All right. So what you're getting is
He doesn't get
grapes. I'm going to have to teach them how to. I'm going to have to teach them which grapes are better. These. Oh, I could have told you that the harvest next
What's
year would be
your
so
name?
much better. My name is Vedic. You may know me as Vedic the Wise. And he takes this bow. Vedic, the Seer, the Golden One.
So why are you here?
I'm here for the time of my life.
He said
Literally.
something about an adventure. And
So, wait. You okay?
hold on. So, with that, I would like to push into his thoughts to see if that was a fucking pun.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit, I rolled a 3, so I promise he didn't make it.
Was time a pun?
Yes, God, it was a pun.
The pun is so powerful and potent, it's like you got punched in the jaw.
He's a companion. You play with time!
What kept you? You should have gotten that at least 30 seconds ago. Click.
Well, you're smoking in my house and I don't like it.
This pipe is older than you.
I'm not sure I believe you.
Believe it.
I push into his brain.
Wisdom saving throw.
Are you just escaping?
No. Yes, the pipe is older than you. I'm older than you.
We're all standing there.
I'm so horribly uncomfortable that I just back up against the
You
wall.
recognize a mind that is over 900 years old.
Like, literally,
And
up
you-
against the wall. Like, what the ball that lives here? And
Nicholas, sit down.
no, stop smoking in my house. How do you know my name? Stop it!
Prestidigitation.
Is anyone hungry?
Kill the wolf spider and then yes.
I'm assuming not in the cage at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah, just no. I'm standing in the cage.
So after several horrible
I'm kidding.
minutes of this thing, and hissing and and just horrible death noises as it spews a little bit of webbing all over you.
Try not to hit the eggs.
It falls dead.
Dinner is served.
Breakfast, yank leg, start chewing.
Oh, wait a minute.
So-
That's right. It is breakfast time. Sorry.
It's fine. Grab one.
Yes. Oh.
So, okay. I'm assuming you heard that we were recruiting for a crew for our ship that will depart at some point.
He plays with time. He didn't need to hear anything. Weren't you paying attention?
He's catching up. You're going to have to.
He plays with
time!
You're less than half my size. You're a kobold. I'm still trying to process this part.
So he sits down, like
What are you wearing, by the way?
they're cream-colored robes, but they've got like a high collar on them. Like they're definitely like stylish.
Like, think ancient wisdom-y, like where you're trying to portray like the high color, the grand vizier sort of deal, except with shorts.
She's not wrong. We spent so much time going over the outfit.
You don't want to be like kobold.
And he sits like,
Are you the child of a gold dragon?
no. Good guess though.
Well,
Why
since
do
you're
you
here,
play with time? What do you get out of it? What are you hoping to get out of this? Is this just something that's going to amuse you? If it is, that's good enough reason, but why? And all of it's wisdom save, wisdom save, wisdom save.
I'm just gonna fail it. I'm gonna fail it all.
So, I'm gonna say the first casting fails after this one
Okay.
because it's only been a
well,
long.
tell me about yourself.
Well, cast it again. Just tell me.
There you go.
Instead-
So you're on your second casting.
Let me tell you about you. And again, he pulls out this device, and like I've been doing the whole pocket watch thing, but it's more like an astrolabe that's got like little ticking things and little gears that grind around. Like
Reminds me of the Arcogs.
it should look somewhat familiar, yes.
Oh, you're in the right place, aren't you? All right.
Now, let's see.
Are you at the right time though?
You haven't. No. You haven't been to the Desert of Teeth yet, right?
Oh.
We have to go to the Desert of Teeth. He said so, and he plays with time.
All right. So we have choices, and they. Your friend is fine for now.
Okay, how long do we have?
That's impossible to say.
Fair.
I mean, I could tell you, but I don't actually tell you, so I ignore that. So
Go on.
you have, and it begins to like expand and different shapes of different visions of things that you have done, things that you haven't done, little illusions coming back and forth into play.
Ooh, I like that armor.
No. All right. You have choices in front of you, and they're important that you
No
make
cape.
them. No cape. No. You never have a cape. Well, okay. You have a cape here, but ignore that. That'll never happen. Now, there's no way that could.
It could happen because of the.
Now,
The small little child like that.
you have.
By the way, this whole time she's here looming down over.
I mean, it's probably nice if I was shorter than you.
No, stop smoking inside.
All right. Now, you have a choice. You have choices. You can go to the Desert of Teeth, there to achieve knowledge and power. You can go and find the world turtle. That's an available option to you. I didn't think that was available anymore. And again, find power and self-knowledge. You're going to need more power if you're going to rescue your friend. Or
But both of those say power. That's fine. Keep going.
Or there's a diplomat. One of you is looking for some kind of diplomat. Click, 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 click.
Diplomat?
Warden?
You? Oh, the warden.
Is that what it is?
That's what he thinks he wants
Supposedly,
to do.
it's
That's what he thinks he wants to do. Tell him that doesn't
It
get power.
shrinks down to a little ball, and he sticks it away, and he pulls out this great big oversized book and starts writing.
so the warden.
Like the size 3-foot tome.
So wait,
Where the hell did you get that?
It was under his arm.
Oh.
It shrinks up.
the
not
warden
Brennan, you
is
got that.
supposedly a void dragon. I heard it from the brass dragon.
Void dragon. You heard? Is he still kicking around?
Don't you know?
Shh. Why asking me that? She got a point. She got a point.
Yes, of course I know. I'm just making sure that you do.
Just because you have access to time doesn't mean you know all the time.
See, he's catching on. He's very good at this.
I don't understand what's going on.
So,
So he said we need power, and two of the options have power, but one of them is my option, so we should go to the Desert of Teeth.
So
that's what he said.
So what? Do I need
That's what he said.
more power? Do I need to find another Ark of Cogs?
He just said we need power in order to find Drake.
Is there another Ark of Cogs in the Desert of Teeth?
what?
Is there another Ark of Cogs in the Desert of Teeth?
That's not the question. The question is there power in the Desert of Teeth? And he already said yes.
Is there another Ark of Cogs in the Desert of Teeth? Ark of Cog leads to power.
We don't need you to have more power, you crack addict.
That's steel will. There's a difference.
You almost blew up walking into a door. We don't need another Ark of Cogs.
Debatable.
No, you definitely almost blew up walking into a door.
So are we
Almost means I didn't.
You didn't. We also got him, and you're scared of him, so we probably shouldn't find another one.
Who's him?
Plant.
Egg?
Hello. Yourself.
It's okay, you're a companion for now.
For now?
Yay.
Everyone's for now. He plays with time. I'm not going to give indefinite.
I also don't know if you want me to carry the plant because I'm a little bit on the.
Not yet.
I don't get hit. The plant might.
Not yet.
I'll just crawl right in.
I love this.
That's
This is my
not-
favorite scene. I love this part. Wait. He'll get it in a minute.
This is so hard to play straight.
This is like a Spaceball moment.
Anyone want some egg?
Can you cook it?
Why would you do that with an egg? Yes, absolutely.
Within the midst of the
Well,
transfer, both your hands get stuck, and there's a slight tear, and suddenly thousands of small spiders.
quick!
Dibs, dibs, dibs,
Ew.
dibs, dibs,
Ew.
dibs.
Some of them are biting your
I'm
hands.
just taking them and like the popcorn bin, I'm tossing them in.
Slowly crawling
They're
out.
crawling back out.
Yeah. They're everywhere. Good luck cleaning this house.
And they're like,
Yeah.
Charles, help.
because they're not full.
No. They're popcorn sized.
No,
Charles should be hoovering
Oh,
at
he's
this
currently
point.
just lapping it up. Half of it's on his body, others.
Where's the Killbot? Killbot needs to be going
Sorry, there
back.
was supposed to be a letter, but I can't get it out because my hands are stuck. But anyway, this was to.
That's not
Is
right.
that spider silk?
It is.
I'm going to gather up as much of it as I can, as that's kind of like what I use to repair my clothing. So,
Guess
And
what?
there is a belly
Big-
full of it in the
Big-
spiders.
there's a
What?
big sack in the spider.
should probably be cut open though. I'm not going in.
No problem.
He's already half covered in gore.
It's been a good morning.
So what do you do?
Prestidigitation, right? No, afterward. Thank you.
What do you do? I understand you understand time, but what do you do?
Understanding and playing with are different things. By the way, notes like motherfucking crazy.
So to add, do you have a blade, a dart, something like that?
I have a dagger.
Perfect.
Dagger holding. Dagger.
Oh,
Haven't used it in
here.
years.
It's just for that one guy to kind of jump on you and just started.
Then I have a volunteer.
No, it was one of
stand,
the-
stand back.
Oh, okay.
Let's try one of the
Show
others.
you magic.
Well, we've seen that before. We've seen that before as well.
Throw the dagger
I don't know who we're throwing. That's your,
into the wall, into a target.
Oh, damn. I thought we were going to throw it at you.
So throw it.
Throw it.
You've got the dagger.
I don't throw things, I hit things.
I take a dagger and throw it. There's two going.
All right. So what do you? What are you throwing?
I threw it at a wall that way.
Okay, roll to hit.
I have literally never done this.
Plus your dex modifier for range.
No, it's got a thingy. I'm good. It took a
It's got
minute.
a thingy?
11.
11. Does that hit the broadside of a barn?
Yes.
Reroll it.
Jesus, 24.
Also, yes.
So it goes, and then it rewinds back to her hand and throws again, and it goes right where it should. Magic. Ta-da!
Wow, I'd like to see that again. Oh wait, I just did.
So, your magic is manipulation of time?
And space. They're sort of one and the same at the far end.
You worship Ynor, don't you?
Say that again?
Ynor.
Never met him.
Oh, good.
He worships the box.
Box.
The reason I asked is because I read a book about the various gods, and Ynor, goddess of time and fate.
Minor illusion of your astrolabe thing. The box. You worship the box.
Make a history check, actually, Sparks.
You don't worship the box. The box just tells me where I'm going.
12. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's all I got.
Defender of Time also hates people that muck around in time.
Oh, never mind. Ah. So you don't
Why
follow
are you
Ynor.
with us?
Because I'm supposed to be prophecy. Dear girl, keep up prophecy. Ow, 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 no. Prophecy.
So-
all of this is foretold. All of this will be again. Isn't it wonderful?
Well, why us? There's many adventures all over the place.
Ah, but only in this point, at this time, am I here with you.
So, wait.
So this is coincidental.
Why do I feel like you're gonna be the plant on my back?
He thinks he's going to be carrying you while you do magic. Much like the plant, gesture, is on my back.
We'll talk.
I'll just give you a handle harness.
Belt.
Let's put harnesses on me so you can climb around on me.
So the good news is we've got an airship.
Desert of Teeth.
And
He said Desert of Teeth is a place where we can get power. Desert of Teeth.
That's on. That's still literally on the other side of the damn continent.
As opposed to the world's
Alright.
turtle.
This is true, but the warden is on the way.
The Warden is an extra-dimensional space, and we're waiting for a message of sending which sends us to another plane, and we might miss the message. Therefore, Desert of Teeth.
and there might be a quicker way. Because it is pretty far. Wherever we're going is going to be far. There was that one-story home. Now, was that however, I think that was to get...
You just got
I told you he'd get it! I told you he'd get it!
Good memory. Why
Once
do you
in
have
an old
memory like that
house.
all the time, eh?
You know, I have to play stupid sometimes.
And I'm out the door.
And I'm not playing stupid
You're out the
anymore.
door, and you're like, yeah!
Okay,
And Sparks is gone. We're almost running over the new guest here.
Well, sorry, I wasn't half a minute.
By the way, converting to
And the
replace my
Shields
2-second
House
level spell
sector.
cast.
Okay.
Shields House sector with the brilliant abilities.
You know what? I have a friend coming by in a moment.
Where'd he gone?
Quill probably knows exactly where that building is.
He's already left, though.
walking.
Oh.
Actually, Quill is in the house right now.
I've already got.
Stop. Come back.
So he's left.
Come back.
Do you follow after him, or are you...
Oh, absolutely. So hop along with a cane.
We're-
Just
We're not getting...
So
Stop!
Describe
he
this
hobbles
cave.
along. I've got the spider bits and the dog bits and the plant bits and fuck it. And Charles in the pocket. And as I'm walking, I scoop him up by the cape, the hood, and
the
just
scruff. Let's
yes.
face it, the
Yeah,
scruff.
I'd scruff him and carry us all along so that
Oh,
we...
the cane is absolutely a jewel-tipped arcane staff. It's just...
This decked out, like summer,
What do you weigh?
It's probably 30 pounds.
yeah, probably nothing.
I
pretty fucking light.
familiar, my spider familiar, and I set him atop it,
His
and we
little
all
ball with
go.
the pouch like, ding.
Yeah! Ting, ting, yeah!
Alright. No,
Listen to
sir.
him is the directive.
If we can turn the circuits down a bit. Oh, Quill. Let me... Alright.
You realize we're all already out the door, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but you're not going anywhere right now. Are you
Oh
sure?
no, he left and we're following
I
him.
stopped them.
No, I'm still going.
He did not listen.
Talk. We need to talk to Quill. Quill's gonna know where this place is instead
Quill's
of
not going
walking
anywhere.
around the whole goddamn city looking for one house.
I already know kind of where it is. It's in the shield sector.
And do you know where the shield sector is? Fuck no.
Oh, it's over there.
Thank you!
You're welcome. Anyway, I was talking about a little dog.
But your
Quill,
son will be born next week.
I'm gonna have a son! Wait, I'm forged. No, yeah, sorry.
They're reproducing now. Like,
Quill,
Yeah, they are. They are.
Quill, we're going over to find a room and a house and a door. I know you said you want to come on. Can you be the steward of our ship for while we're gone if we don't come back right away?
Are you saying this is Quill?
Yeah.
Yeah. His voice going thinner and thinner. Sure, yeah, okay.
I told Quill that she could come along when we go on the ship. Unless you want to come along now, but I don't know. I don't know where the fuck we're gonna go. Maybe the Desert of Teeth, not sure.
You're outside of earshot.
Nothing. Oh well. Damn it. You know what? We need something. We need to find. Are you able to find shit? Well, I know
Yes.
we're looking for a house and a door, but we need stuff where we can talk to people besides just talking to people.
Make an investigation check, Sparks.
I'm helping out a D4.
Oh.
Ten.
10. Through the sheer nerves of it, half the time you're being turned around, you're going down one alley, then you turn back, go back the other way, swim upstream from the various people that are walking right now towards the festivities, after getting things and taking care of areas, going to construction sites that you should not be allowed to go into. And
Titans walking past these. I'm just walking through the Titans stepping. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Shit. Okay.
it takes you a good 2 hours. Then 3. Would you, would like anyone else? Actually, no, you're the only one with the information at this point.
Well, those are the person when the dragon said it.
Yeah. You find within those 2 hours basically the House of Spectre Shields. It is more of an open area. It's not a section off area as you might think, but a row of housings. They're a little bit more plant overgrown. As you see vines that are growing up the sides of the building, they're actually turning the actual not the stone, but the tree stump foundation work into actual living trees themselves. They are growing up into plants and branching out entirely. Some with, then others without actual leaves on them. And some of the branches actually have flowers that are blooming from them, some budding. And the forged here drastically changed. Not in terms of like their bodies and stuff like that, but each one where like one of them has part of its arm that goes up and into its chest that had that wood part of the skin of the like almost like high grain fiber wood for its like inner parts has taken over the stone and metal, and now it's just bark skin that's covered in moss and plants that goes from one side to the center. The other one is like lower hip that goes up the entire left side of its body. One of them just completely overlapping most of its head, but seemed to be functioning just fine. Now, they're not like in droves, but it's like one here, another one there, third one there, that they're different and make enough to catch your attention.
What do you make of it?
I'm looking for a one-story old wooden house with brilliant lilies in the shield sector. House of the
Lilies.
Spectre.
Lilies. I
Spectre
would like
shields.
to look for some lilies.
Make a perception check.
You're better for that.
I would like to ask anyone nearby for the
Fire
house.
lilies.
Yeah, make an investigation check then.
Supposedly we're supposed to break the handle off once we're inside.
An innovation perception check or innovation?
Yeah, make a perception check, David.
11.
11.
Oh, take advantage.
Take advantage.
17.
17.
What the hell? Oh, did you just do some magic?
You just
No, I'm actually helping, but yeah, I'm totally gonna make it.
Right, not left.
Perception 23.
Okay. You don't get much information as when it's in terms of bright lilies. They just kind of look around. They're like, a lot of flowers here, kind of situation.
I asked for the House of Specters. He's looking for lilies.
Oh, the House of Specters is the
House of
house,
the
meaning
Spectres
it's a group.
Mm.
So the House of Specters is the area that you're in right now.
Mm.
They don't have a sectional area as they are individuals that will serve beyond the line of duty.
Okay.
Is all you get out of. Serve beyond the line of duty. Serve
Okay.
beyond the line of duty.
brilliant lilies is what we're looking for. Supposedly we're supposed to break the handle off and insert it into the knot and open it.
You take a few steps forward and start looking around, and you find a couple of lilies. Some generic, but nothing about like brilliance that you're like. So you're like thinking gold or something that's like out of the ordinary, and then you find rich purple to dark purple lilies that have like orange bits at the center that are one of a kind compared to everything else that you see here. Almost like a deep ruby midnight shade.
Are those lilies or orchids? I can never tell.
I feel personally attacked.
Although they
And
have-
I don't think that's necessary. You don't need to bring that shit up here.
I don't understand plants anyways. All I know is they're different from the other ones that
Inside
look
joke
over there.
there.
I get orchids and lilies confused.
In front of these lilies that are sitting on the windowsill of closed windows is a generic wooden house that has some plants growing up the side of it. It is connected to two other buildings on either side. One story, as far as you're aware, but it might have a second story that is not like a full story above it. And what looks to be what used to be where a sign is placed, but has been taken away. But you see the different shades of a sun-bleached kind of situation here. A few seconds go by. It opens. Some stale air hits your nostrils.
I'm gonna look at the door. I'm looking for a knot. Is there any knot on the door?
Yeah, it's a natural wooden door, so it has some knots into it. That's worked into the natural grain of it.
Go inside, close it, break the handle off, and insert it into the knot. That's what we're told to do.
Wow.
You really think
could've-
property damage is the concern right now?
You could have. You could have asked. Just walks in.
No. I'm
think
saying this out loud.
That was saying
He
a
was
knot.
quoting.
Oh, okay. I thought he actually.
You guys want to be on the inside when I do this? Or do you want to be on the outside?
I would think that when you open the door, it's going to be different on the other side.
Hell, it could be the Desert of Teeth.
Probably have to call it out where we want to go. Maybe, I don't know. Or does the occupant even know? Hello, hi.
I
Hi,
would
sorry.
like to point out that some word was given that we would be here for the ceremony.
Yes.
And if this is a place of transport, then it would be a violation of the word given for us to leave.
This is very
Which
true.
is
I forgot.
a unlawful thing to do.
Well, now we know where it is, so we know where to come back to. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for joining me on this wild goose chase. I appreciate that.
So we know where it's at.
This is another option.
Pardon us. Does anyone have a hat we can tip? We'll be back.
Just close the door.
You close the door.
Before I do it, I want to look around the area inside the house. Look for anything specific.
Make an investigation check.
Just
As you take a few steps into the room, and it's a pretty simplistic room. It's a two-section square room. Has a front area and then the back area that's more of a resting area. Has mundane-looking furniture, and bare minimum to that, there's a table, what looks to be a long bench, with a back that looks almost like it's supposed to be at the porch instead of here, and what looks to be a very dusty old bed.
No one's been here for a long time.
And what did you roll for investigation?
17.
17? Taking a few steps inside, you hear the door close behind you.
Oh.
And you look back and you're looking at the door and you notice on the far left knot near the hinges, there is like a center where the knot has been missing. Like there's another ring where the knot is and sometimes that hole pops out.
Would be almost like you could open the door the other way, where then that's where the handle goes in. So it opens on this side and opens on that side. But
That's probably what we would do it if we come back.
yes.
Open the door again.
The handle falls out.
Fuck.
Are we all
Oh,
inside?
I'm trying. No,
No,
I'm
they were outside.
you guys are outside. I'm inside still. So I'm gonna try and open the door again.
Or place it back in.
Yeah.
It's the same hole.
Yeah, same one.
It's pretty easy. Probably just loose. Door's open.
We're there, right?
Yep.
Damn, to give myself a heart attack there. Handle just fell out. But I will come back here. I don't want to risk accidentally getting sucked out into some unknown place.
So are we good if we go to the celebration and
Yes,
it'll give us more time to make certain that this guy's not weird.
weird is relative, I suppose.
Hmm?
Weird is relative.
That is true. It is relative.
I look at the golden kobold atop a robotic centipede construct and kind of shrug.
They don't call it Silver Menagerie for nothing. I guess now we can call it
Something
Glittering Menagerie.
heavy hitting something wooden, followed by a whoosh, followed by clunk, and a dozen of and
Kind of.
Oh, they've started.
followed by another one, clunk, clunk, followed by more screaming and people hitting
yes.
water.
The trebuchet or catapults are firing. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
They're catapulting people into the water.
I don't know. It's probably a celebration. I don't know. Let's go check it out. I'm game.
You just want to go in the water.
You know.
Yeah. Let's go.
Some of you joining the riprap as you go to the minis. Did he literally leave?
He had to pee.
Oh, he's going to fail on this one. You're going to miss out on this, David. Some of you pass around the corners and you start to see the celebration starting to pick up. Half built, but still pick up. As they rebuilt whatever was destroyed, as a lot of the party festivities, as various cloth of color that are being dangled from one side to another, billowing in the wind, and titans that have been covered in various pigments that have been sprayed upon them, along with the forge as well, that taking whatever like colored dust and throwing it in the air as they walk through. You notice these seesaws with baskets at the end have titans on the other side of them with big stone fists as they and hit the other side to launch the people in the basket into the actual lake.
Sounds dangerous. I like it.
Most adults are still going into it after a few drinks.
I'm gonna still do it.
As you guys go into experiencing the festivities,
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get launched.
experience the festivities, seeing what's to offer, and the presentation and announcement of the heroes, along with what you did, and along with what's going on, presented by the Council of Tempered Thought to the city of Forge itself, will be dealt with next time. That time, I hope I have actual YouTube-friendly party music. I miss my party music. Anyway, because I don't have that prepared yet. So we're going to end tonight's session right here, as we have a new character, a strange new character, a 900-plus-year-old golden.
I've just realized I'm
cobalt.
going to need a prop pipe if I'm going to play this character.
Oh, 100%,
So-
man. And you
Yeah.
need one of those comically long ones,
Yeah, yeah.
too.
Big
Just a
church
long-
one. Yeah, big church one.
go on Etsy.
Where you can
I'm already
have it-
shopping, but yeah.
Or you can have it at your hip and still be smoking the whole time. You know, one of those really, really long ones.
And we're going to get the one that ejects steam.
Please don't.
Anyway, so I
It's
hope you
called a
enjoyed
bait, man.
today's adventure. I hope you enjoyed an impressive speech on several standings,
Yeah.
followed by ecking it up.
And coming in like an ecking ball. I wrote that shit down. That was funny.
That needs to
I'm
be.
so offended. I told that joke like 3 weeks ago.
Yes, you did.
That is t-shirt material.
Oh.
Followed by, she's stressed. She probably misses Brian.
She's stressed. She probably misses Drake.
Yeah.
It's probably Mrs. Drake. Probably taking his capturing
Thank you,
really
Ed,
hard.
for your infinite simplicity.
He's
I
no
hope
longer
you
Captain
enjoyed
America.
it. And remember, stay healthy, stay safe, and see you next time, everyone. Keep on rolling. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night. Woohoo.